Alright guys and gals, ladies and gents, dudes and dudettes, it is day 4 of the SS Aquascapes maintenance series, and in this video we're going to be doing the fast flowing riverscape, and it has mountain minnows in it. So there's not too much to do here, but I really am excited to be able to see this aquascape again. Let me show you why I can't see it now. Yep, need I say more? Can you see the issue? We have a very large propagation of the Amazon frogbit here, and it has completely covered absolutely everything in the aquarium. So I can't see the cute little fishy down here. There's also some hillstream loaches. I can't see those cute little guys. You just can't see anything. Now the immersed growth up top, not too much to do here. There's some cardinal plants there and a little bit of Anubias and stuff. It looks good, a little bit overgrown, so we're going to trim that up just a touch. If we pan over to the other side here, look at the thickness of the stem on this cardinal plant here. I've been trimming it back for a while, and that thing is just a monster. Here's my finger for reference. It's about half the width of my finger. And kind of the rest of what's going on up here is just some yard weeds. Let me go ahead and throw an image up of what this looked like when I very first set it up. And if I change my ISO and zoom in here, you guys can actually see those little minnows down there. Aren't they cute? We got to get this to where I can see them and feed them a little easier. Now this aquarium is filtered by a Fluval 307 over here, and the flow is still really good on the aquarium, as you will see back over here. We don't have an issue with flow, and the water is crystal clear. So I don't think I'm actually going to do anything with the filter. We're just going to kind of remove these plants. A little bit of trimming is going to be necessary. All right, let's start by getting all of the Amazon frogbit out. We might put a piece back in, but for now, we just need to get all of it out of here. Should be fairly simple. Just get in here with a big old handful and start pulling it out. The frogbit's so thick in here, it's literally growing over itself. Oh, it's wrapped up in some moss here. We got some Java moss that got stuck. Alright guys, are you bored yet? I think you get the idea. I'm going to go ahead and finish this up off camera for you. Wow, look at that. Much better, guys. Beautiful aquascape. Now, some interesting things in this aquarium. The S. repens, because of its shadowed nature, has grown nice and tall. But I think I might leave that there. Look how awesome that thing looks. Just kind of a tree of S. repens. Oh, look, here's a little hillstream loach. Little hillstream came out to play. I can finally see him again. Look how cute these guys are. One of my favorite fish, little hillstream loach. But I gotta say, with that bright substrate right there, everything is looking fantastic. Our moss is still nice and green here. There's a piece of Physidens moss there. We've got a little bit of Monte Carlo right here next to it. It's still doing good. So I guess there was enough light going through the frog bit that things didn't die out. It's only been a couple of weeks that frog bit's really taken over. But some interesting things to note here. Remember I said this was scaped with yard weeds. So if we look in here, you'll see these little kind of tripartita looking plants right here. Well, I did not know that this plant was going to behave the way it did. And I don't know what it's called, but you know, it's normally just growing in my backyard. I thought it looked cool, but this cool little yardweed has decided that it wanted to mimic some aquatic plants, and it has grown down through the crack here. Bump the brightness up so you can see it's grown down through the crack and underwater. Check this out. It has submerged itself and just continued to grow underwater. That's pretty cool. Now, the amount of flow in this aquarium, it's trying to take root, and as you can see, it's having a hard time doing that. So we're going to plant it, probably down here on the gravel, let it do its thing. But that's really cool that this plant is, I don't know, behaving like an aquatic plant. If you know what this plant is, if you're a professional horticulturist, I think that's the right word, go ahead and let me know what this plant is. Maybe we can introduce it to the aquarium hobby. But I think what I'm going to start with is trimming these plants here. It has grown up past the light. This is a cardinal plant that's growing immersed. So I'm going to go ahead and trim these down right at light level. I am going to raise this light eventually. But I'm going to start by trimming the cardinal plants, also trimming this one over here, and really, that should be about it. This guy all the way up at the top here. Anyway, I'm going to trim those guys first, maybe even snip this other yardweed that's touching the light. We don't want to burn the plant. Maybe we can get it to bush out a little bit, and then we'll address just a few issues underwater, and we'll be done. And I know you're asking, well, how much frog bit was in that aquarium? This much frog bit was in the aquarium. My hand for reference. That's a full tray of frog bit. Holy Jesus. Alright, we got the immersed plant growth trimmed up and looking a lot better here, just more bushy and just looks aesthetically more pleasing. Speaking of aesthetically more pleasing, I found these risers that I had laying around, these clear acrylic risers. They kind of go onto the edge of the aquarium. Well, of course they do. And then it raises your light up. So I went ahead and raised the light up there at the very bottom of the shelf above it. Does that make sense? Anyway, I raised the light all the way up. So now, if I take you off the tripod, when I'm looking at the aquarium, I can barely even see the foot of the light over here on the right-hand side. So I think it looks a lot better. I'm going to get the entire racking system set up like this so it just looks better. All right, what are we going to do next? We're going to address a couple of issues down here below the water line. Some of that is this tripartita here. You can see it's just kind of growing all over the place, and, well, as tripartita does, it wants to take over. So I'm going to gather up this hydrocotyle, and I'm not going to throw it away. I'm going to make it into a ball, and I'm going to shove it back here in the corner where I originally planned to have it grow. So that should kind of fill in that space back here in this area. Then, as I mentioned, I'm going to try and plant our new aquatic plant that I found in the backyard. Check around for little pieces of moss like this that may have dislodged. And then, no joke, guys, that's it. No water change, no, well, I might fill the water a little, but I'll do that off camera. No water change, no filter cleaning. This thing is looking fresh already. And you can tell that our little mountain minnows are enjoying being able to swim around again. And there we are, final fresh status achieved. So what I did over here with the kind of yard weed that's growing submerged is I tucked it, it's coming in both sides. So I kind of tucked it around this rock right here, and then down the rock and stuck the end into the gravel here. By the way, there's no substrate or anything, just gravel bed here. But I think that's cool. Maybe it'll kind of attach to the rock and grow down in this space over here. Of course, moving over, I took a piece of S-Repins, I stuck it in the middle here just to fill in this space. And then we have, get out of the way, little minnows. We've got our tripartita back here. This just filling in this back area. I want to keep it contained back there. If you saw the previous video, you know what tripartita can do if you don't maintain it. Other than that, I sifted through the gravel a little bit just to kind of stir up the mulm. It goes into the back where the filter intake is, back here behind this rock, all hidden nice and cool. And that's it, guys. I'm going to give you kind of a final look here at the rejuvenated, fast-flowing riverscape. Sweet. That was quick and easy. I wish all maintenance on all aquariums was that simple. Now, I am going to fill the water up just a little bit, but you don't need to see that. Other than that, guys, I hope you enjoyed this aquarium. It is actually one of my favorites, though it's not one of the channel favorites. Let me know in the comments what you think about this aquarium. Be honest. I'm a big boy. I can take it. All right, we're through day 4. We've got 3 days left. If my math is correct, 7 minus 4 is 3 days of videos left. So I hope you're enjoying the series so far, and I will see you tomorrow.